after exposing Bellwether's conspiracy to create predator phobia so she can rule with a carrot recorder. Judy Hopps and Nick Wilde become official partners at ZPD. New mayor and former actor Brian, on the occasion of the 100th year celebration of Zootopia's weather system, which allows different types of animals to coexist in the same city, awards Nick and Judy for their service. It's their first day at the department. Chief Bogo is briefing them about their mission to bust an illegal smuggler in the shipyard. As Nick and Judy are rookies, he wants them to observe the mission. But they have already taken off. They try to sneak into the port, but are stopped by the smuggler, who is also an officer there. They then start an act. Their baby is a big fan of the ship, and he will be happy if he gives him a signature at least. While he signs, Judy tries to open a container. Hearing a sound, he looks, and all the illegal goods come out. The smuggler escapes in his van, so they grab a civilian's car to pursue him. They wreak havoc on the car chase, even crushing the mayor's statue unveiling ceremony. Zebro's detective arrests the smuggler before they could catch up. Judy wakes up in the crushed van. She finds a snake-shaded skin. The chief gives them a lecture for not following orders. But Judy shows him her findings. She says that reptiles are banned in Zootopia, yet they found reptile skin. Chief is not interested and shuts her down. He then privately tells them that he likes them and that they did a great service for the city. But if they keep acting up, he will be forced to split them. Others make fun of them and their unlikely duo. But Bunny is determined to prove them wrong, while Nick is nonchalant. Back home, while Nick chills, Judy starts to work on the case. On the TV, the news is playing. The city's founder, Ebenezer Linksley's journal about the functions of Zootopia's weather wall, will be displayed in today's gala hosted by the descendants of a Linksley family. After the infamous reptile attack, it was kept hidden and will be displayed for the first time. Hearing this, Judy pays attention and sees a van in the background, which is the same one the smuggler used. She searches the internet for the journal and finds a conspiracy channel hosted by Nibbles. She says that the 100th anniversary of the weather wall is also the anniversary of Zootopia's only reptile attack, when the Linksley family's maid died from a snake bite. After that, no snakes exists in Zootopia, but she thinks one will return soon. She calls Nick and tells him all her findings. But he wants to relax, but Judy already burst into his house. Nick says they won't be able to enter there, but she is ready with the meter-maid costume. The gala has started, and all the important people of the town are present there. Nick and Judy also arrive there. She finds a van. Nick shows her an open back door. They change into fancy clothing. They enter the party. Judy feels someone will try to steal the journal, and they need to protect it. The journal is being displayed in the VIP section. Nick cleverly befriends a rich bear to enter there. They connect with headphones, and Judy goes to check the journal out. Nick warns her that Chief Bogo is there. While trying to hide from him, she bumps into Pobart, the youngest son of Linksley's family. He is an awkward guy, and they soon become friends. Knowing her, he asks if he is here to protect the journal. They are having joyful conversation. When Nick tries to talk, he drops the headphones. Nick finds a reptile skin. Head of the Linksley family, Milton, accompanied by Catrick and Kiety, the eldest son and daughter who bully Pobart. The mayor and Milton come to the stage. Nick, following clues, sees a mysterious person up in the chandelier. He tries to warn, but bumps into the chief. Angry, the chief takes him away. Judy sees him, and Nick pushes the light to expose the intruder. The intruder jumps on the stage. It's a viper snake. Seeing him, everyone runs and chaos starts. The snake takes Milton and the journal and escapes. Judy runs after him. Nick also runs, followed by Bogo. Everything is falling apart, but Judy manages to get out, while Nick gets blocked. While running, they expose Zootopia's Ratatouille. The snake hides in a room and uses Milton's eyes to unlock the journal's case. Judy also comes in and asks him not to hurt him. The snake says they never hurt anyone. They are not the bad guys, but he is. The journal will prove their innocence, and they will be able to come back. Suddenly, Nick knocks out the snake. Milton grabs the journal, and his son and daughter come in, informing him that the police are coming. Milton orders them to kill the snake and burn the journal. And to Nick and Judy, he says they will report that he attacked them and keep their mouths shut. But Judy throws fire to stop them. Judy tries to run with the snake. Nick tries to help, and the snake, suddenly waking up, starts to encircle uncontrollably, throwing the journal. Bogo bursts in, and the snake mistakenly bites him. Judy tries to help. When the other officers see him, Catrick says they are helping the snake. The officers run to arrest them. They throw the snake outside, and a mysterious guy on a bike takes him away. The officers are shooting at them. So Judy grabs the journal and jumps from a window. While escaping, they bump into Mr. Big's car, and his goons take them to the truck. The news of the attack has spread throughout Zootopia, and they are now fugitives. Bogo is being treated. Milton very clearly tells the mayor that they need the three of them gone. He will retrieve the journal and bury it with them, or they will find a new mayor. He sends the ZPD behind them. Judy is talking to her parents, but Nick breaks the phone as the police will try to track it. The goons take them to the bag production factory. Mr. Big's daughter is now in the family business. They give him new identities and tells them to go into hiding. Linksleys are a dangerous and powerful family. They can't fight them. But Judy won't let it go. She asks if they have anything about the journal. But Mr. Big has no information. He tells them that if it's about a snake, then only a reptile can give them answers. His daughter gives them Nibble's card, as she may be able to help them with it. They meet Nibbles, but she seems a bit crazy. But Judy decides to follow her. She takes them to the marsh market, where most of the reptiles live. Her friend Jesus, a lizard, lives here. When Zootopia emerged in modern form, this town was cut off from the rest. That's why reptiles like it here, as they can just do their thing. Nick, while talking, offends a juggling seal, but Nibbles takes him out of there. He then calls a hippo, who is actually a fairy, and he takes them to an abandoned ship. The officers following them reach there, and the sea lion shows them the way. But they also accidentally offend the sea lion. Nibbles takes them to his friend Jesus. He offers them some worms. Trying not to offend him, they both eat it. But Jesus laughs with others, as it was a prank. Judy shows him the journal, and seeing the metal cover, he says the secret must be hidden in the cover. As viper snakes can see things in metal, Judy is confused about what it can be. Jesus says wherever it is, it must be important, as Linksley's maid died for it. After that incident, no mammals trusted any reptile. That's why they left for here, and Linksley's expanded the town. The expansion is happening again, and there is no way to stop them. The hippo officers have found them. Hogbottoms also burst in, and everyone starts to run. Jesus takes them and tells them it is now on them to save Zootopia, and runs from there. Suddenly, the snake grabs the journal and runs. Judy tries to explain that they can help, but he has already escaped to the water. Judy starts to pursue him, and Nick tries to keep up with her. The police are also behind them. The snake jumps to the water pipe transportation. Nick tries to warn that it's not for landies, but Judy already jumps in. He is forced to follow. Nick tries to warn that they will soon be out of air, but Judy is too focused on catching the snake. Soon, she grabs its tail, and the snake's bag falls. She is out of air and begins to drown. Nick grabs her and stops at a junction, opens the valve, and manages to get out. Both of them think the other one is at fault, and a small argument starts. Judy sees the snake's bag and searches it. They find an old pair of matches inside. Soon, the mountain goats come down and ask if they are okay. Judy asks where the tube goes, and they see it going towards Copenhagen. One goat throws up some flowers on Nick. Judy sees it's the same as on the matches. She asks where they found it. They say it's at the top of the mountain, where a honeymoon lodge is situated, which used to be a snake hideout. They say using the rope is a shortcut. They start to climb the mountain. Nick is annoyed with Judy because of the recent danger they encountered because of her. He makes fun of her by playing her record when she said she is a dumb bunny. Soon they get into an argument about it, and by accident the carrot record falls. Seeing their symbol breaks. She is upset and climbs to the top silently. Nick goes behind trying to apologize. ZPD also arrives there, tracking them. They search the whole place separately. Nick falls down and sees the officers are coming. Judy finds an investigation board with many newspaper clippings. There used to be a whole snake neighborhood, but the Linksleys destroyed them. Nick comes and warns about the police. She starts collecting the evidence, but Nick says the case is not worth dying for. Judy says if they aren't brave enough, the world will never change. Nick says the world is what it is, they can't change it. Judy feels they are very different from one another. When the officers burst in, trying to capture them, the whole place breaks down. One officer grabs Nick. When they try to capture Judy, Paw Bert comes to her rescue. He is working with Snake and is his secret friend. The house is falling, but Paw Bert and Snake help her. Nick tries to help. Judy, shot by the tranquilizer, faints. Paw Bert and Snake take her away. Nick gets arrested. He is put in the police van. Milton arrives and asks where his partner is. but Nick won't budge. He orders to begin the expansion and destroy the marsh market. No one gonna help them after they help the snake. Nick is taken to prison. Kitty shows her father the fur they found. Milton understands and orders them to find Pawbert. Judy wakes up on a bike with Pawbert and the snake. They inform her about Nick's arrest. They arrive near a city, so Judy and the snake can hide inside. The snake introduced himself. His name is Gary the Snake. He vomits up the book and tells her not to worry about his fawn. He has the anti-venom for it. Pawbert takes them to his secret house, where he comes to hide from his evil family. Gary is excited to see the place. Judy asks how they met. Gary says he sent a letter wishing to see the journal. Fortunately, Pawbert works in the mailroom and found the letter. He came into contact with him and smuggled him to Zootopia. Pawbert says they're going to save the city and also help his partner. They light up a fire. Pawbert says the secret is hidden in the metal cover. Only a heat-sensing viper can see it. Gary starts to draw what he is seeing. Judy wonders why Pawbert's ancestor hides a secret for a snake in the journal. It soon reveals the journal wasn't his ancestors. It was the snake's property. That means Zootopia is founded by a snake. Gary's great-grandmother wanted to make the city for everyone, so she invented the weather walls so everyone can live in the same city. But she needed an investor, and Pawbert's great-grandfather, Ebenezer, comes forward. But seeing the potential, he made the journal in his name. But his maid found out, so he killed her with poison and framed Gary's great-grandmother. As she was a snake, everyone distrusted her. All the reptiles are expelled from the city, and they expand the snow town. The old reptile city gets buried under the snow. Ebenezer thought nobody could uncover his secret, but his great-grandmother found the original patent and hid it in her house. Gary draws the old map, and now they know where the old reptile city is buried. But how do they find the house under the snow? Judy says there was a lighthouse. If they could light it up, they could find the house. She searches the book and finds the switch is inside the Desert Thundertown weather wall. Linksleys has located Pawbert's location by his cell phone. Hogbottom takes Nick inside the prison, where most of the criminals are his enemies. Nick tries to explain to her, but they are not on good terms, and she puts him in a cell. Her partner informs her that they found the rabbit, and they leave. Nick sees that Nibbles is in front of his cell. Nick tries to escape, but fails. Nibbles, hearing about their fight, tells him to say what he wanted to say to her. Nick says that the case is not worth dying for because he doesn't want to lose her. Nibbles in his cell hugs him. Nick asks how she does that. She shows that she made a key from wood. They hear the cops are going to the desert to arrest the rabbit. Nibbles says they are going to help his partner. They try to escape, but the smuggler warns the guards. They run from the officers and encounter Bellwether. Nick, trying to open the door, mistakenly opens all the cells. The inmates attack them and break down the door. Seeing freedom, they all escape in police cars. Nibbles thinks they need a faster driver to get there in time. Nick calls Flash the Sloth. He drives them at lightning speed. Nick calls the ZPD receptionist Benjamin and asks for his help to track Hogbottom's cell. Judy and others arrive near the weather wall. There was a party going on. They see the cops behind them. Judy breaks Pawbert's cell as they are tracking it. They go into the festival and run through from there. Benjamin, after struggling, tells Nick they are going inside the weather wall. Milton wonders why they are running into the wall and understands what they are going to do. He orders Hogbottom to stop them, but they are out of tranquilizer, so he orders them to put them down. She hesitates to shoot for the kill and falters, but a collision with an officer forced the shot. But Flash, with his car, intervened and saved them. They run into the wall. Nick and Nibbles follow, but Nick gets locked out. The weather wall is malfunctioning and getting heated. Others go into the control room. Seeing a snake, the engineer runs away. Pawbert tries to close the door, as Gary can't tolerate cold. Judy finds a switch, and they turn it on. They see the light under the snow. Judy on CCTV sees Nick in danger, but Nibbles help. She is relieved to see him safe. Suddenly, Pawbert injects Judy with venom. When Gary tries to help, he puts him in the snow. He says they are underdog, always have to prove their worth, and when he burns the original patent, he will finally belong to his family. He takes the anti-venom from Gary and goes out to deal with Nick. He encounters with Nibbles and takes her down. Nick goes outside in the snow. Pawbert comes there with the weapon. Judy can't move anymore. Gary goes closer to her, saying she is his only warm friend, and touches her. With her warmth, he gets back up and says they're going to help her with the anti-venom. Police burst in and think Gary is about to eat Judy. He tries to escape, but the officers try to capture him. Paul Bert jumps on Nick, and they struggle. Pens tumbled from the bag and clatter downstairs, catching Gary's eye. He screams to Nick for the anti-venom. He tries grab it, but the ice starts to break. The anti-venom falls to the edge. Nick tries to go, but Paul Bert stops him, saying he is going to kill them both. It's not worth dying for. But Nick disagrees and goes to retrieve it. He throws it down. Gary takes it and injects Judy with it. Judy comes back alive and sees Nick in danger. He fights off the officers and runs to help him. The ice is breaking, but Judy and Gary grab Nick while Paul Bert falls down. They take him to safety, and Nick apologizes to her. He doesn't care if they are different. She will always be in his pack. Judy also says he is the one who always believed in her, and he matters to her most in the whole world. Soon they both make up. Nibbles, saved by Gary, come in. She informs them that the guy is still alive. Paul Bert runs towards his house on a snowmobile. Four of them also hop on a snowmobile and follow him. Nick steals a muffler for the snake. Paul Bert comes in and is immediately attacked by his father. He explained to him that he wasn't working with them. He found out where the original patent is, which will prove that snakes are the real founders of Zootopia. Now he is going to destroy it. Mayor Brian heard all this, who was present in the room. Milton threatened him that he would keep his mouth shut, and to Paul Bert, he asked him to take them to the patent. But Nibbles breaks in with others and attacks them. Milton orders Paul Bert to go and destroy the patent. When they try to attack, Nibbles tells others to go. They will hold them off. Scared Brian sees the fighting. Paul Bert takes gasoline and goes through the garden maze towards the lighthouse. Judy and Nick arrive, but they don't know the way. So they hop onto a crane. They break into the maze and chase after him. Paul Bert runs out to escape. The crane starts to break the ice, and the lighthouse emerges from the snow. Nick and Judy jump together on Paul Bert. Judy comes out and hits him. But Paul Bert jumps on and says they can't stop him. He tries to attack them, but Gary stops him. Nibbles makes a bat from wood, and Gary knocks him out. Brian has had enough of Milton's bullying, and he attacks them, delivering justice. Judy bound Paul Bert with a rope. They then go inside the lighthouse. Under it there is a city. Judy fixes a faulty light, and the whole city lights up. The neighbor still stands like before. They get into Gary's great-grandmother's house. The place is just like before. Gary is getting a bit nostalgic. They find the original patent in a box. Suddenly, a fireball falls in front of them. Paul Bert has followed them down and says he will burn the whole place with them. He gets struck down by Hogbottom, who now knows everything. All of them get out and address the reporters. They successfully expose the Linexley family, and now everyone knows that snakes are the real founders of Zootopia. The Linexley family are now in prison. Chief Bogo also recovered. Marsh Market is saved as the expansion project is terminated. The snake neighborhood has been established again, and everyone is enjoying themselves there. Gary's family has arrived, and they all hug together. Nick gives Judy a new carrot recorder. Immediately, she records Nick saying he loves her. They now have to go back to their work as Nick frees 200 criminals from prison, trying to save her. Bellwethers is buying a ticket to escape to an island. But Nick and Judy are behind her in disguise, ready to arrest her again. In the post-credit scene, Judy replays a recording of Nick saying he loves her before her neighbors interrupt. After she leaves, a shadow flies overhead and a feather lands on her windowsill. So you were watching the recap of the movie Zootopia 2. If you like our videos, please subscribe and check out other videos as well.